Before the next school year gets rolling and your administrator assigns the right courses for the next year to your account, you should save any kind of materials, any kind of courses and course structure, as well as your posts for the next year that you want to keep and reuse, or any of the materials or things you created last year that any colleague of yours might want to reuse. Ron's recommendation: save all of your courses. So, how do we actually save a course? Well, we're going to do this with a little thing we're calling course codes. A course code can be generated inside a course and basically will hold all the information you select, like posts, like your topics and chapters, as well as any assets you have. So I'm just going to quickly show you how you can do this inside of Toast. So this is when you first enter Toast, of course, your view. And down there, I'm going to go to all my courses, scroll down, and I just have a course prepared. This is Geschichte 13b, just as an example. And in the bottom right, you're going to notice there's a little settings icon. If you click on that, there's going to be a bunch of actions we can take here. For the sake of this video and for the sake of saving our course, we're just going to use the first option that says Save Course. Now you can see before we can generate any code, what we want to do is select what should be saved inside that code. We have three options here, which is the timeline, which is pretty much your chapters and any topics, so all of your course structure. Then we have the posts and everything inside the post too, the title, the description, any deadlines, any kind of assets, so any kind of files or links. And this is what the third one is for: include assets and make them available to my school network. The way this works is you can only reuse and keep all the materials uploaded inside Toast and saved and attached to the posts if you also tick include assets and make them available to my school network. An asset is basically any file or web link that you ever uploaded to Toast inside of this course that you're generating the code for. So if in Geschichte 13b I uploaded 10 files and 13 web links, they can be saved to those posts. I just simply need to tick the last thing. Full disclosure, all of your colleagues, everyone inside your school that is a teacher and that uses Toast can also now access your files and links if you tick that box. So Ron's recommendation here is to tick every box, because this is the safe one, right? Want to use and reuse all of our assets, all of our timeline, and all of the posts for next year. If you specifically only want one of these, so you only want to reuse the structure, but you don't really need the post, you're going to do them over again, you're going to create them again next year anyways, no worries. You can just save the timeline, or if you want, you can just do the posts. Again, remember, if you want your assets, so your files and links, to also be attached to the posts, you need to have this third one ticked as well. So I'm going to do all three. And then you can see I can actually click generate code in the top right there. I'm just going to do this. And after a split second, we're going to have a 6-digit code right in front of us. We can also delete that at any time, and then we can regenerate it. Maybe we missed a configuration. Maybe I actually don't need my posts. Then I can just delete this. And you'll see I can just untick that. And then I'll just tick the timeline, click generate code, and I'll have a new code available, which I can copy right here. If you ever need to see what does this actually mean to save the timeline or to save the post, or how do these interconnect, how does this work, we actually posted little question marks right next to these selection options. And you can just click on the option with the question mark, and it will actually tell you any extra information that you might have forgotten. Just a little bonus there. So like I said, if I just generate that code, I'll have a code and I can reuse that later. Now, big question is, where can I see all those codes once my course is maybe removed from my account and I'm assigned new courses? Where can I see all of those codes? Well, if I just head back And in the top right, you'll see your profile, which it should be your initials. Then I can see my course codes right here. And if I click on that, you can see I have a bunch of codes already generated. It tells me, okay, I included my timeline, but not my posts, and I didn't want to share my assets. And so it actually tells you there, and in the top right corner, you can also click it, and I just copied it so I can reuse it and paste it somewhere else. And so what I would do is literally just go in and generate codes for all of my classes, so next year I can reuse those materials and all the things I already created. Next, we're going to cover how you can set up your course using the course codes to get started with the new school year.